Agashe.
아저씨 이게 뭐야? Hello everybody, Agashe here. So today I'm going to be doing another K-drama review with you guys. So this drama came out and it came out on Netflix, so no sponsor in this video or anything like that. And spoiler alert if you guys have not seen this drama, but it came out on Netflix and I stumbled upon it because I was trying to look for something new to watch. I know I'm always trying to watch something new as a lot of my dramas are coming to an end. But this drama is called The Lies Within, and I stumble upon it and I was like, I've been really into thrillers and mysteries lately, so I watched it. But it is a little bit mysterious and it does give you the chill a little bit because of the stuff happening. So if you guys are not into all that, like, do watch it with some people. I watch it with Agashe. I mean, like, it's not scary or horror or anything, but it's just some of the stuff is just mysterious and it just pops up and all this stuff like that. So it just kind of like gets you out of the blue. But yeah. So I'm gonna go over characters, synopsis, and the first two episodes with you guys. A little FYI's up. There has been some changes regarding reviews. From now on, we will be reviewing dramas, the beginning recaps of it only, and we won't be doing ending reviews anymore. So if you guys are interested in terms of ending reviews and stuff like that, let us know in the comments below of which drama you want us to review, and we'll review them with you guys. But so that is it for today, and if you guys like it, hit thumbs up, subscribe, and from now on we're gonna jump into the review. So as for the cast, we have Lee Yoo-young as Kim So-hee. FYI, I have my notes on the side, so I'm gonna keep turning. She is the youngest daughter of an assemblyman who is sophisticated, but is a disappointment at home due to her family's high standards set for her by her older sister. And then we have Lee Min-ki as Jung Taek-shi, a once enthusiastic detective who lives a completely different life and has requested appointment at a different police station. Ahn Joo-won as Jin Young-min, the general manager of JQ Industries. Lee Jung-hyuk as Yoon Dae-young, head of the investigation team, and then Kim Si-eun as Kang Jin-kyu, a former member of the national track team, and then we have Lee Joo-hyuk as Jung Sang-hoo. So-hee's husband disappeared mysteriously after her father's death, and Yoon Jong-suk as Jung Ho-kyung, an intelligent policeman who used to work at a major company. So now for the synopsis, it's just very short. After the death of her father and disappearance of her husband, Kim So-hee joins the National Assembly and teams up with Detective Jo Taek-shi to save and find her husband. So from episode 1 and episode 2, the recaps of it, the drama starts us off with a young woman's suicide. She jumps off a building and she falls onto a car. We don't know who the woman is, besides she is caught in a huge problem with the assemblyman. And the assemblyman is Assemblyman Kim, who is also Kim So-hee's father and also her husband, Chang Sang-hoo. Both father-in-law and son-in-law gets into an argument as Chang Sang-hoo demands to bring justice to this woman's death. Assemblyman Kim throws a book at Sang-hoo and the corner hits his head and leaving some blood stain on the wall before he storms out of the house. And as he storms out of the house, So-hee stops him and asks what is going on, and she asks, is this you're getting into an argument with father? Is it because of another woman? Hinting to us that he has been having affairs before, probably, who knows? And he leaves without an explanation. That same night, the Assemblyman Kim dies in a car accident, which no one knows where he was going late at night. He was just in this random area and he gets in an accident on the mountains road. And then we finally get introduced to Detective Jo Taek-shi, who wants to be transferred out of the city so he can live closer to his mom and work. So it's more like a countryside place in a way. He wants to be relocated there. and his team doesn't want to let him go, but they promise him one last case before he can relocate. And so this case is the death of the Assemblyman Kim and the missing Chung Sang-hoon. So we get to see him go to work on these case. Pretty much it's two case, but it's like combined to him for him, and he works a little bit different from all the other detective, and he does things his own way. Regardless of the situation, he follows where the evidence leads, and he picks up clues and he puts them together, and he goes based off of the clues he get, and he doesn't assume things, or he doesn't listen to other stuff, and he doesn't do theories and stuff like that. He goes with what he has in front of him. So with the short time since the Assemblyman Kim's death, his party seeks out for Sol-hee to run for Assemblywoman, which she doesn't have a single clue about. She doesn't know anything, but her mom suggests that she does it anyway, and we get to see how her family is. They have a lot of hope for her versus her older sister. It doesn't say anything of what her sister did or what is going on with the family, besides they have a lot of high hope for her. Like, her sister was supposed to read this poem at her dad's memorial, but the mother refused to let the sister read it and gave it to her instead. And like, you know, in terms like the older one should be doing it, but I don't know, they gave it to the younger one. So it's like they have hope on her more rather than her sister. And also, like, you know, when she got married, you know, her dad was really like, she was more like a daddy's little girl to her dad, so she meant a lot to her dad, and he really loved her and all stuff like that. But moving on, back to Jo Taek-shi's investigation, he finds out that Assemblyman Kim's death was not an accident, and there was actually, they realized that Sang-hoo also disappeared the same night that the dad died as well, the car crash. And so at the memorial for the dad, a mysterious box shows up and was sent there, and it contained a hand which has the same wedding band as So-hee and Sang-hoo. And determining that it was him, and DNA confirmed that it was him, and his hand was cut off, and she believes that he is still alive out there, and she seeks to find him. So because of that happening, Jo Taek-shi decides to dig deeper and realize that each clues he finds continues on to the next one. So it's like a puzzle piece, or like oh, excuse me, kind of like a scavenger hunt. When you get something, it leads on to the next one in order to get to the big piece or big picture of it. And then he reveals out and he finds out that there's actually this relationship between Sang-hoo and Assemblyman Kim. They were actually up to something, and they were secretly working together on some project relating Sang-hoo's new renewable energy company, and they kept it a secret from everyone because it was gonna look bad on the Assemblyman and all these stuff like that. So they kept it a secret and all this stuff like that. So with finding out that they were actually working on stuff together before this crash and his disappearance, Taek-shi decides to transfer his team, relocates from Seoul to Sungju to where the death happens, to be able to figure out things more now that they're living within the cities. So more and more digging lead to involving more people, and then they find out Kim Pil-young, who was working at this butcher or like this place, and he was actually the one who cut off assuming that he cut off Sang-hoon's hand, because they found the knife and did DNA tests on it, and it showed up Sang-hoon's DNA on there. And but like the story is full of a bunch of holes and loopholes and everything, and things doesn't really like add up. Like everybody period doesn't really add up. Like, for example, Sang-hoon's father, he's like, he has something up his sleeves that you don't really understand what he's actually up to. He just wants to find his son, and like he has like his son is like really extremely precious to him, and he finds his daughter-in-law, which is So-hee, very precious to him too. So he's like, have hope that my son will come back, and he keeps all these stuff like that. So we're kind of like, what's going on? And a lot of things are revolving around So-hee a lot. So it's kind of like, it doesn't like, everybody is like mysterious right now, and it's like Jo Taek-si is like putting everything together and filling in the holes as he's picking up clues. But like, meanwhile all this stuff is going on, so he gets hacked, and then there's writing that pops up on her laptop, and it states that she must run for assemblywoman if she wants to see her husband again, and she must not tell anyone. Therefore, she reaches out to her father's party to help her run for assemblywoman in Songju. And so that's her story. And then now onto the guy, Kim Pil-young. He was reported as the one who chopped off the hand, and he's on the run, and he contacted So-hee for $50 million in return for her husband. She reacted immediately to it, pulled out a large sum of money from her account, and she was told to go to the docks to go find this blue container labeled LTCK, and that where she will find her husband. And so Jo Taek-si has his team watching on her family, money, and everything, like literally everything about her. And the large amount of money withdrawal triggered them, and then he followed where she was at, the location, everything, track her phone, followed her, and to see if she's actually in danger. And the episode ends with So-hee at the container, and she finds this man hung, and she screams, and Taek-si is also at the same location, so we don't know if that's the husband or not. So like from the previous steps in the episode and stuff like that, it seems as if everything is revolving around So-hee, like something about her that others are after, because like I said, she's daddy's little girl, her dad loves her. We don't know what her sister did, to the point where they don't really trust her with anything. And you know, the storyline pretty much like, you know, states that like it's basically about her, what she's gonna do to solve this her father's case and find her husband, you know. So a lot of stuff hasn't been explained yet, and who knows what's gonna happen. But most likely, like Jo Taek-si, he is really determined to work on the case, because he refused to let it turn into a cold case. And especially that, you know, it's like an assemblyman and the CEO of this company, you know, and the fact that it revolves around her. So she has full powers on both sides. Her father is an assemblyman, and her husband is the CEO of a company. And with both of them gone, she pretty much gets everything. So now she's like targeted at. That's my guess. And like, you know, Jo Taek-si, he's already figuring it out that it's revolving around her. So he's like paying full close attention to her, and he's really determined to crack down what is actually going on. So that is actually the first 2 episodes of it. I didn't want to spoil a lot with you guys, so I was just getting straight to the point and the main idea of what was going on in the story and everything like that. I actually really like the mysterious like behind it, so I am going to continue watching it. It's just I have to watch it when Agashe is home. I don't know how many episodes it is. I didn't look much into it, but it's a total of 16 episodes, my guess. That's always the total of it is, but yeah, I am watching it. It's just one of my one of my random drama where I watch on other days when I actually don't have dramas to watch. So yeah, that's that. But I don't have much to say besides so far it's been seeming really good. And Agashe and I were saying that Lee Yoo-young, she's been doing a lot of dramas that involves like politics and stuff like that. Like we seen her with Honggu. I forgot what that drama was called. Oh, Your Honor, where she was like a lawyer with him and everything, where he was a judge, and then she became Yang Jung-gu, which is Siwon's wife, and she was like a police, but at the same time was involved with politics, and now here she is doing this. So it's like she's really involved in a lot of politics stuff that we've seen her acting so far, you know. But yeah, I don't have much to say, and I don't want to spoil so much, but if you guys have not checked out this drama, do give it a shot. And if you guys like it, continue watching it. And if you guys don't like it, but you know, want to know what happened later on, let me know in the comments below, and I will give you guys a final recap later on in the future when it comes to an end. But that is it for today, and I will see you guys next time.